We are all called into lives of excellence, to be outstanding in our different ways. But what is it that you are renowned for? What is that thing you want to stand out for amongst others in the same field? The journey to attain such success is one that must involve going hard, going extra. This does not mean overbearing and practicing eye service before superiors. That kind of behavior will only yield short-term results and nothing substantial. But going the extra mile is all about sacrifice. It is exceeding what was required or demanded. It is making a special effort to accomplish more. That is the active word, more. More sacrifice and more efforts equal more results and more exploits. So, let's say a student wants to be best in class. That student must not be content with partying around and putting in only little efforts. He must go the extra mile with assignments, tests, and exams. That student must work. There is no avoiding it. It is saying no to being average. It is an investment in the future. It is refusing to be carried away or enticed by the present. 1 Corinthians chapter 9 from verse 24 to 25 likens this life to a race. It says, "Do you not know that in a race all the runners run, but only one gets the prize? Run in such a way as to get the prize. Everyone who competes in the game goes into strict training. They do it to get a crown that will not last, but we do it to get a crown that will last forever. Don't forget to run in such a way as to get the prize." Or going that extra mile can be tasking. It gets difficult. Only those who pay the price can win the prize. You are competing against your flesh. It can't feel good. You are fighting against instant gratification. The urge to feel good and relax right now. It is never going to be easy. Yet you must persevere. Push against that inner voice of settling for less. There is much yet that you can achieve. Disregard the pool of mediocrity. It is not God's plan for you. Burn the midnight candle. Put in the work. Push yourself. Stretch. Do the extra hours of research. God will not call you for more than you can bear. He will not ask you for more than you can give. By all means, you can do better. Move higher. Just endure the pain. It is temporal. Go the extra mile. Apostle Paul talked about the extra mile Christianity in his first letter to the Corinthians in chapter 9. Paul's number one example was himself. If he found himself amongst the weak, he became weak. If he was with the Jews, he became a Jew. He did not do all these things as pretense or due to the pressure to fit in or to gain their approval. What he was doing was to present these people the opportunity to relate with him, to be comforted by his presence. He went out of his way to demonstrate the love of God for them. We ought to learn from that. Pray for that brother. Speak kind words to that quiet newbie at the office. Find the time to visit the sick brethren amongst you. Give your resources, give your time. Give a listening ear. Offer that shoulder to cry on. Even though you don't have to, be a source of encouragement and inspiration to others. Let your presence lift them up. Don't you be that half-hearted Christian. Sitting on the fence is extremely dangerous. No matter how tight your shadows are, stretch. No matter how rigid and set you are in your ways, become flexible to accommodate the move of God. Make room. Go the extra mile for Jesus. Jesus himself went the extra mile for us. He did not just stay in heaven, looking down at us as we wallowed in sin. He came down, became human. He was exposed to all our emotions, to hunger, to sleep deprivation, to mockery, to friendship, to love, to false accusations, all of it. He went the extra mile, all the way, to give us access to watertight salvation, a guarantee. God wants us to extend the same extra mile concern to the people around us, to the lost sheep. Going the extra mile for the sake of the gospel means subjecting your flesh to discipline. It is being denied of so much that you want for yourself. It is inconvenient. You may have your own business to go about, your own needs to carry on your head, but God lays someone else's burden before you. That is what the ministry of the extra mile is about. Sacrifice. Push yourself more every day, because you were made for more. In all that you do, give the best. Be it in that job, a position you handle somewhere, paid or unpaid. Give it your best. Strive and ensure that you give the extra mile, that special touch that will stand you out. In Luke chapter 5 verse 17 to 26, the story is told of a paralyzed man. His people tried to bring him before Jesus for his healing. Unfortunately, they could not beat the crowd. Some people could have given up and said, "Sorry, my friend, it's not working out. Let's go home." And they may not have been wrong to do so. Going the extra mile is perseverance in the face of anything. They ripped the roof off and lowered their friend down the opening. They must have looked quite mad. They went extra, and they did it creatively. When you honestly pursue something, you will find ways to keep it going. Let your body, mind and soul come together as one in this journey of seeking more by doing more. For every service of love, God has a reward for you. He has promised a crown totally unlike the ones the world gives, which expires or loses its value over time. The crown God gives lasts forever and ever. For as many years to come, the ball is in your court now, to run as to win the race. This is a cry against lax and nonchalant attitudes. This is a call for you to doggedly pursue perfection, to set higher standards, and to expect more from the person that God has destined you to be.